And we're back. If you're just tuning in, this is Third Coast Radio. I'm your host, Kamikaze, the Kingmaker, in the building with Dreon Santana and House of Mars.
What to do, baby?
Kayla Renee and her laptop will not be joining us tonight. They are on assignment tonight. So Kayla Renee and her laptop are out somewhere. So if you see the two of them, make sure you speak to them. And I don't mean just Kayla Renee, but also you must acknowledge and salutations to her laptop as well, ladies and gentlemen. But in the studio, as promised, man, you saw him at the last kickback. We've been playing his music. He has been in constant tune with what we've had going on, man, at Third Coast. So we had to get him in the studio. We had to talk to him and see what's happening with him. Y'all make some noise. It's YTB Shorty is in the building.
Yeah. Finally waiting.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, you say you've been waiting to get on the show. So now you here. You've made your way up, man, to the kickback. You've been on the show and now you're here, man. So for those that are not familiar with you, for the first time, it might be, you know, you're introducing yourself to them, man. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what your claim to fame is.
Yeah, as he said, I'm YTB Shorty, and I'm everything. I'm the janitor, the manager, and the marketing team, the rapper, the designer, all for my brand, though. We vultures from Jackson, Mississippi. Pretty sure a lot of y'all are vultures, too. Y'all just don't want to say it out loud, but we here.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the vulture culture, the vulture collection, man. What side of Jackson you from?
North Jackson. I'm from
the north side.
Up the street.
The mighty north side, man. The sun always shines in the north. Just for those of you that did not know, it does. The mighty north side, man.
The clean side.
There it is. There it is. There it is. But we can't get dirty.
Yeah.
Can't get dirty on the clean side. So there it is, man. So I'm just going to start on my end before we get to the cool kids. Checked out your performance at the last kickback last month. A lot of energy, man. A lot of energy. Very energetic. You appeared to be excited to be on stage, man. So, I mean, just tell us about that performance, man. Tell us what went into that performance, man. And just tell us, you know, YTB Shorty on stage, man. What is that experience for everybody that hadn't had a chance to check it out yet?
Nowadays, YTB Shorty on stage is a performance. It's not just a show. It's not just a man, when I got that text to perform for y'all, I just knew I couldn't just out-rap everybody or out-diamond them or out-swag them. So just like, all right, let me go as creative as possible. Let me put the suit on. I really wanted to come there with the mop bucket too, but it was just like just to show the whole brand, like the whole brand. But that was a big performance for me before I even got on stage. Like I took all that time to practice, find somebody to make me a set list, because I actually performed my last 5 singles, all on one 10-minute set list with different, like go up with the tempo down, had somebody make me a little set list, practice a little bit, but when I got on stage, it was like the environment, the place y'all picked for the kickback, man, it just blew my mind to the point where I couldn't help but give that extra energy, because it wasn't a rap concert for me no more. It wasn't just like a, you know what I'm saying? And I was first too, it was like set the scene, like, all right, I got y'all. This ain't just a rap radio, you know what I mean? It's promoting Jackson rap, but for me, this is the most commercial, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Clean, this is the best place to be.
Okay.
So
make sure y'all hit it out there too. You heard that, job.
Oh, rough.
You heard that, right? You heard that?
The best, most colorful place to be.
There it is. Job, take that in. Make sure you mark that down. You got that.
Man,
check mark on that.
All week I was talking about that show, and then to actually get up there, I'm thinking that was probably like my 6th show, actual show, but to be the best one, man.
So where are some places you performed before you did the kickback?
I performed at the Playhouse Script Club. That was the first show. I performed for,
Shouts out to the Playhouse.
I mean, for Mouse Fest. I forget which place it was. It was a Jackson event. I performed for Jacksonia Media and Jackson Brunch just last week.
Yeah.
So, and that show wasn't as great as this show.
Hey, I
Like,
appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
The whole setup, the environment, the crowd, it wasn't even no food there, and they wanted to be
Yeah.
there. And that was just like,
But you know, food does bring them in.
Exactly.
It does.
But it get them sleepy.
But you know what I'm saying? But it gets them sleepy.
because the last show, they wouldn't even get up for me. I asked them, just give me some.
That food got them.
Said,
The food get them. Well, you know, that's why coming to the kickback, y'all, is such an important thing. The kickback, you know what I'm saying, happened on last night. the one for March. It happened on last night, man. So if you were not in the building at Fondren Guitars, man, to see the kickback on last night, you missed a treat, man. The kickback is an experience. So we got another one coming up again, man. But you know, yeah, we
I
appreciate
explained
that.
it like a cult following. That's
There it
what
is.
my mom asked
Cult following. I like that. You
can't
get that, job?
You can't get back
You getting this right? You getting it? All right, there you go.
Sworn,
You can't get back here.
what's a pack of vultures called?
A council.
It's
For
a
real?
weird word
Yes.
for it.
DJ
The
Job.
council?
A
A
council.
council?
A council.
Your council, man.
He's so
Call
good.
your fans your
He's so
council.
good. Not only does he DJ, but he also
Uh-huh.
has miscellaneous information.
Yeah, because I was
Holds on to
low-key
miscellaneous
thinking,
information.
okay.
I did not know that. I
didn't
actually
know
learned that a group of vultures is a council.
Yeah.
What's a group of flamingos?
Now that I don't know.
Oh.
Flamboyage.
Flamboyant.
Flamboyant.
Ah, okay.
There
All right.
it is. You guys are getting an education tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know, not just music, but we're also expanding you guys' vocabularies. And for you wildlife enthusiasts, we're also giving you information on what to call these groups of birds that you see when they're out as well. And that's what we do at Third Coast Radio.
That's
You know,
right.
we expand all over.
All over the 80 counties.
There it is. There it is.
I have a question that's going to be outside of music.
Gotcha.
But something that really interests me about you is that you're really into stocks
Yes.
and Bitcoin and all that
Yes.
stuff.
And
Now,
that's
and having multiple streams of income. So let's talk about that. Delve into that a little bit.
really with the stocks and Bitcoin. Let's say I picked it up probably like say a month or two ago, just due to the fact that my dad got the cleaning service. That's one stream. Got the T-shirt business running. Then I got the music, like owning all of those masters and going back and forth studios, stuff like that. When all of that started to slow down, like the cleaning service, the T-shirt sales started to slow down. I was sitting there with this lump sum of money that I'm used to having, thinking like, all right, if I spend it, I just spend it. It's gone. Like, what's one other way I could ensure I do not make any dumb decision with this? And that was just like the same thing with adding the streams of incomes. Like, I feel like most people should be thinking about that. You don't have to jump through a hoop. You don't have to know how to draw. You don't know none of that. But you could trade stocks if you just read.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the biggest things for me is like anything that's out there in a book and it got to do with money, I'm going to figure it out. So it's just like,
Yeah.
with that, I started it just to keep the money in a nice place going forward. But then once I seen everybody else was picking up on it and actually listening to what I had to say, I started thinking about it like maybe I should just try to find a better way to explain it. Then I can put it on the shirt. Then I can put it in the music. Then I can make all this stuff go back full circle and get my money back while I'm investing in these stocks.
Yeah.
So it's like, right now I'm still learning. I don't want to say I'm just a complete.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got a picture of Warren Buffett on there. I was like, oh, you in there.
Yeah, because I learned that it's not really a gambling thing. It's not a gambling thing. It's not a get rich quick thing. It's something to where these other folks real life put their money here, and they let it just on the effect of. I was reading something when I first started with stocks, or whatever. It was saying if you put say like $90,000 in a Home Depot stock, every time they pay dividends, it'll pay you $500. All right, I found a list, or made kind of like a list to where it was a stock that'll pay me a dividend every month. To think, well, if I put $90,000 in each of these stocks, I don't have to work no more. Because those dividends, without taking money from what you put in, it's just paying you. And you got to think about these folks, rich folks. They inherited $1 million. They go put money in all these stocks that pay dividend, and they don't have to work again.
Mm-hmm.
It's paying them. That's why people say make your money work for you. Like my daddy got the cleaning service. I work 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working 7 days a week for 2 years now. 5:30 in the morning, I'm gone. My thing was I don't want to have to do that forever. So it's like the only way not to is same way these folks do. Put your money in a place to where it can pay you forever. And that was just
And
that was the
understand that
thing.
you don't have to do something forever. You're doing it to set yourself up to not have to do it.
Yep.
That's the important part. So how important do you think it is in this day and age in 2022 for artists that are doing music? How important is it for them to have multiple streams of income? And how important for them is it for them to have something else going on besides them just doing music?
Man, it's very important because nobody's gonna support a dream they can't see when they go to sleep. Nobody's gonna. I mean, you don't want to be a starving artist. You don't want to be begging for views or begging somebody to come to the show or this and that. You gotta kind of have, you gotta have multiple streams. I read something that said if you have one source of income, you're one source of income away from being poor. Like,
That's true.
and that's with anything, not just the artist, but if you're an artist, man, you need that. You need that extra form of income. You need that extra. I mean, what you gonna rap about? How you even got the money?
That's true.
Man, a lot of people rapping about trapping and all that, and it's like, bro, that's so easy now. The money is so easy to get. I mean, what are you hoping for? You want to end your career early, or you want to find a way to be here forever? Cause that's the goal.
And that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Master P got chips. I'm pretty sure he got stocks.
You got fish fry, you got cereal, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Man, that's the only way.
And it's not really hard to do it because it's not, I mean, he's going to somebody that's making the chips and he's putting his name on the bag, which is something any of us in this room can do.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is find the people that make the chips because all those chips come out of the factory in a white, no name bag. They're just looking for somebody to put their name on it.
I got some cookies on the way.
Boom. Boy, you tough.
Man, 'cause
Tough.
if you build a brand around something you do every day, it's not hard to just slap your face on something and sell it. That's what people don't realize. Now we go to these restaurants like, let's say, I love trios. I love trios. But if I go there, just me and my baby mama, we gonna spend $125 on the same steak that I get from Kroger's. The only reason you paying for that is that name, and people forget that we all got a name. All you gotta do is push it. Once you push it, it'll be just like you putting those money into stocks. To where it's a certain point to where now I'm getting paid off mock-ups.
Boy, you tough.
Like,
I feel like I'm learning a lot here. I feel like I didn't know anything about stocks.
This is a
honestly.
seminar.
This is really, it really is, and there are a lot of
Take it
artists.
out.
It's a lot. Lord have mercy. I feel like my brain is going in shambles.
I mean,
Trying to keep all this information. Really back into like your day-to-day life wise. You know, you say you work at your dad's cleaning. You have your own clothing line. You about to bring out some cookies. I hope you can top crumble cookies because I'm there every week. You know what I'm saying? So
And you gonna be checking out the stores. You're at Crumble Cookies pretty.
I'm trying to get sponsored by them. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm there every week. New cookie out. That's me.
Are you telling them when you walk in?
No, they know my name by now. When they bring my cookies out, they say, "We'll see you next week, Santa." And I'm like,
She's like that customer on SpongeBob that busted.
Yes.
You know what
That's
you should
me.
say? You might see me next week if you guys are willing to sponsor me coming in here.
we'll think about
You
it.
can tell them who you work for. I'm just saying.
I'm job.
that's how I get what I'm
That's
going.
That's what he's saying.
We'll think about it. Anyway, so your day-to-day life, like you do a lot of things, you know, especially if you working 7 days a week. How do you find the time to balance being an artist, your personal life, and your businesses as well?
Okay, most of me just mash it all together. The more I can mash it all together, the easier it is for me to go from one task to the next. Like, in the morning, I'm a janitor. All right, the easiest way for me to go to the next task, just make a little rap about it or something. Be honest with myself. I mean, that's one way, but another way is just letting it out be as crazy as it can be. Like, as an artist, that's the life. You got to be able to live it and find time to express it to people. Just due to the fact that most people not gonna relate to something that they don't go through. So it's just like, I work as hard as I can all day. Me going home and relaying it on a microphone or a piece of paper or something like that is just like one big mess in my head, to the point where even if the days run together, as long as I'm seeing some progress, I don't even feel it. Like, at this point, I'm not gonna say I don't get tired, but at this point, I can refocus my brain on why I'm doing it. And since everything is so much closely like meshed together, it's not hard for me to be motivated to just keep on going. Because I go from, say, like 5:30 to 7:30, I'm cleaning up at Ross. And then I come home, take care of my baby mama for a little bit. 9 o'clock, I go clean up with my dad, say, till like 3. I get off. As soon as I get home, I'm either at a book, computer, finding a beat or something, or just to, everything that happened that day, just to like get it all down, or figure out a way to like make it make sense, and then I'm on to the next.
So what's your goal? I mean, like, you do a lot of stuff, man. So ultimately, at the end of the day, What is the goal? And I'm pretty sure, because you are pretty organized, what's the goal that you set for yourself?
The whole goal is freedom. Not even just financial freedom. 'Cause you realize that's money is just money once you get enough of it. The whole goal is to real life be able to wake up, go to sleep, eat, everything I need to do without counting on anything. Like the fact that Master P. Brandon, I'm pretty sure he got a place to lodge with his face on it. To the point where you got so much stuff going on that you created life. To be free. To be where it's like, I mean, hey, kind of like what Kanye said, he wanted it to be to the point where he don't have to have money or a place to stay. Like all of his accolades build up to him just being able to live free, walk through the world. This friend got somewhere to stay, or this restaurant I sponsored them so they owe me a free meal, or just like,
Yeah,
that's the goal.
that's tight. That's tight. So go ahead.
Oh, my bad, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
There was an interview that you was on, and I think the guy said something that he saw on Twitter, and you said that Jackson is more than just Eastover, Fondren, and whatever else was it. Can you elaborate on that?
I get that question a lot because so much stuff has changed since I said that. I hope I said the same way. It's so much going on outside of North Jackson that we don't see just because those people don't know how to articulate it or don't know how to get it to the right public. Like we here, we on the right radio station with the right people. Let's say somebody in South Jackson or West Jackson. They might have all the talent in the world, but they don't even have that, like we the clean side, they don't even have that passageway or that mindset to put it out there the right way. So everybody, all they see is Fondren, North Jackson. Like, I don't know, I can't really tell, like, okay, the hottest rapper right now, is he from North Jackson or South Jackson? And we could say Nico, or we could say, what's GBC? What's Duke? He just dropped the album.
No, you're not talking about two. You're talking about
I don't even know how I forgot his name.
GCBD?
GBC. I don't even see how I forgot his name.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
like
anyway, yeah.
all these people, it's like they're from out north.
Mm.
Crystal Jackson, the singer. North Jackson. I was just saying, like,
I mean, the North Side is doing it pretty
I'm talking
hard now.
about doing it.
I mean, I gotta say, the North Side is doing it pretty hard now. You know what I'm saying?
But who got the money?
Right,
He on it?
right.
West Jackson, South Jackson, they really got the money that everybody else rapping about. They really doing the stuff everybody else rapping about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you don't even see them. So my whole thing was, man, we got a lot more talent than we just show. And it might be hard to get it out there, but if we just tried to work it all together, I know everybody like to talk about Atlanta. If we just tried to work together, I heard an interview the other day said they don't even work together.
And they don't, by the way. I got into, you know what I'm saying, I really, we got a little testy for a second because, I have been to Atlanta for almost 10, 15 years because I'm in the industry.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact they don't work together. Like, it's a myth. It's a misnomer that has been created that Atlanta works together. But Atlanta is the same as any other city that exists. They have people that work within their own circles and pockets, and that's the way that works. There is no, we work better together than other. Jackson artists do songs together in the same fashion that Atlanta artists do. It is no different, all right? The people, artists, there are artists in Jackson right now that are working with each other, that are doing songs, that are in different camps, that are actually working together. The same thing is happening to Atlanta, but the narrative has been created that Atlanta works together and are unified. And when, Amaretta said what she said,
That's what I see.
a lot of people got, there were a lot of people in Mississippi that were defending Atlanta. And, I don't understand, why are you defending an entirely different city and a different state? I'm telling you that they don't work together like that. And somebody argued me down that I was wrong by saying that they don't. I'm in the industry, I know they don't work together. This has been for 20 years. It's just a misnomer. We work together the same way. You understand? But narrative is important, just like you said.
Yeah,
narrative is very important.
A lot of people that don't even know how the industry, and I'm just now learning, like exactly how to, and that's what I mean, like people out south, people out west, they don't even know. They have no clue how the industry works. They have no clue how to network. They have no clue how to, and I just feel like if one green, I can't cuss on here. If one little smart guy like me go out there, like I ran into AK4 Kane. I'm watching him perform and I'm just like, bruh, how long he been, this man been rapping for about, as long as you been alive, 20, 30 years. And so why he ain't get close to him? Man, I don't have no Instagram, no Facebook, Twitter. I don't really like to deal with none of that stuff. It's like, man, I could just make him a website and he'll blow up tomorrow.
It's very easy, man. It's very simple. Very
It's just
simple.
like, that's all they need.
It's very simple.
So, you know, we talk about like all these artists that we do have here in Mississippi, and sometimes artists do struggle with trying to keep their identity, you know, and not, you know, make music that sounds like, you know, someone else in the city and whatnot. How do you, when you're creating your music, creating your craft, how do you remain you when you're in the studio, from being on performance or just writing a song in general?
I don't know. That's a hard question, but it's the easy. I don't see how other people can't remain them. That would be harder for me to, like. Sometimes I'm in the studio and I accidentally say something, just because it rhymes. Oh, I kill it, and have to calm it down. I feel like it's easier for me to be myself, just because I'm way out for the left field. Like, I was the one in art school making all A's. Came to the bad side, they accepted me and still. So just like, I never had to change myself. So it's not too hard just to, you know what I'm saying? Even I go to the trap, they know my daddy a pastor. And it's still just like, I think people like that more about my music and my art than anything. I rap about being a janitor, I rap about pastor child, actual, and then turn around and say, all right, well, y'all know what we used to do still. Y'all know this and that, what we used to, and it's just like, that's the easiest thing for me, and that's been working. So I don't know.
What's next for you music wise, man? What can people be expecting from you?
Man, I gotta drop a single about these stocks.
You drop a single about stocks. You gotta do it. Somebody just dropped a single here recently about the price of gas in the last like 3-4 days. Y'all seen that video yet? Yeah, man. It's called The Gas Is Too High.
The gas is too high?
Gas is too
Did
high.
they use that politician from New York?
No, I don't think they use that, but you know,
Man, that's all
I got to see if there's a clean version that we can play here on Third Coast Radio. But, so you're gonna drop a song about stock. So you looking to drop just some singles? You gonna drop a full project? What you got coming up?
I gotta drop one more single before I drop a project.
Okay.
Just because it was like a 3 single then project, 3 single then project thing. I'm trying to drop this last single and then drop something, say like 12 tracks, just to get back into the numbers. And then I want to go like an EP every month, because I'm seeing the industry is starting to pick up a little bit. Everybody want a little bit more, a little bit faster. Currency dropping the album every month. Been doing that for a couple years. Somebody else about to start doing it too. I forgot.
It's gonna be you.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be you. So how can everybody find your music, and give us all the social media handles, man, for the people that want to get in touch with you?
All right, y'all can do the social media. Y'all can go to my website. Got me one big landing page. It's gonna be ytb601.world. Instead of .com, it's ytb601.world. From the top to the bottom, you're gonna see it all. You're gonna see the music. You're gonna see the shirts. Every social media platform, whichever one is best for you, pick up with it. Should I even put up a stock chart for y'all, so y'all can see it ain't a gambling thing. The S&P 500 trade directly opposite to the stock that's on my page. You pick that stock up, put your little cash in it. It's not a gambling game.
The man said a landing page. It's very important. He said a landing page where he has everything, a one-stop shop for all of the different things that he does. If you are listening and you are an artist, man, you know, outside of social media, having you a landing page, having you a website where everything is concise, that's very important. It makes it very easy for people to see everything that it is you do, man. So I feel like I've learned a lot about YTB Shorty, and I've learned a lot about, you know, what he's got going on, and he's giving y'all a lot of game tonight, man. So make sure y'all continue to follow him, and make sure y'all check him out, man. I know he's made some new fans out there tonight, man. When we come back, we got more music right here on Third Coast Radio.